Good morning, everybody. Took us two tries to get the close-up stream started this morning, so sorry about the false start. Um, I started out in the hall this morning. We got Custard here on the Catastrophic Creations uh, cat tower, I guess. That's Eddie down there looking up at us now. Hi, Eddie. Here's Acro. Hey, bud. I thought we would actually start this morning with Brooke real quick. I've got the insulin in my pocket, and we can go over and see. We can go see. I said Brooke. Start with Belle, I meant, and then we can go over and see Brooke afterwards. You know, there's a big risk to me doing a morning chat with you guys every day, which is I just need so much coffee before I'm functional. So sorry about that. Um, anyway, here is our little Belle, and if you guys have been watching the regular Kitten Academy live stream, then you know how much she is loving spending time up in her tree just watching the world. It seems like that's her thing. And then when she wants to go someplace a little more secluded, she's been going into her little secluded box there, and that seems like that's working out really well for her too. So that's great. I'm glad to see her out a little bit more. I'm glad to see her just enjoying her space a little more. Now, she and I still need to form a good relationship because most of the time when I come in here, uh, if she's in her box, I have to go to her box, or if I want to sit down on the beanbag chair, then she'll kind of come and sniff around me for a bit, but then she wants to just go sit on her own. And I want her to be more of a lap cat, so we've had to work on that with a lot of mom cats in the past. And actually, Brooke herself is a good example of that, where I had to work with Brooke quite a bit to get her to be snuggly. And now, I don't know if you saw last night when I was in there with Brooke for a long time. I was reading a book and laying on the bed, and Brooke came up and snuggled up next to me and fell asleep on my hand. It was just the cutest, sweetest thing, and I was stuck there for like an hour or more. So it was really nice. Anyway, um, not to distract from the fact that Belle here is very sweet. Obviously, she loves people and she loves me, but just not in the way that I would like. I'd like her to come and sit on my lap and hang out with me on the beanbag chair. So far, we haven't gotten to that. I'll tell you, I think part of it might be that she's just a little too polite, where she doesn't want to sit on my lap because that would be presumptuous. And the reason that I say that is because yesterday I was giving her treats, and I found that she has a very strange way of taking treats from me. She obviously loves the treats, and she sniffs it, and she's like, "Oh, that's a treat." But then instead of trying to take the treat, she starts headbutting my fingers with her forehead, and she has to do that until I put the treat down, and then she'll eat it. And she does this pretty consistent. Let's see if we can get her to do it right now, since I'm telling you about it. There's a people that do like movies and filming things professionally always say show don't tell, right? So let's see if we can get her to do this. Let's see if we can show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's a treat. Do you want this? Do you want a treat? Oh, it smells good, doesn't it? It does. It smells really good. Okay. Well, okay. Is this how you're going to take it, though? She headbutts me. No, she's doing it, just doing exactly the thing. Okay, all right. Let me put it down. Oh, that's what I wanted. Okay, now she just noms it right up, but she won't take it from my hand. She's got to headbutt me until I decide to put it down. You sure you don't want it? Look, it's right here at your mouth. Look, it's right there at your mouth. You could just eat it. You could just eat it right from my fingers. She's like, no, I can't. I can't do that. You've got to put it down. Okay, look. There it is then. There you go. So that's why I think that I think she may have been sort of trained by somebody to have certain behaviors that they approved of. They don't want her to be taking food right from their hand. They don't want her to, jump on them on the chair. Who knows? That's just my speculation. But whatever, or, maybe she's just born polite. I don't know. Either way, I got to really train her out of that. That's too polite. We like a cat that's got a little sass and that wants to hang out with you, right? Anyway, I'll see what I can do. But meanwhile, she does love people. She just thinks that the right behavior is to sort of sit at their feet or to sit in the room with them, but not to necessarily get up on their lap. We'll work it out. Yes. Well, those were good treats, though, weren't they? Okay, I got to go give a different cat some treats and some insulin. So it was good seeing you this morning, Belle, and we'll come and we'll hang out some more. I promise. Yes, we will. Well, I know you do. You love the scritches. You love your people. I know you do. Okay, one more. You talked me into it. All right, here you go. All right, well, here, let's go and have our little Brook time now. Oh, I'm going to take this down, by the way. I was thinking about taking it down right now on the stream, but I've only got the one hand, so we'll take it down today, though, and we'll see how she does. Probably be a little bit of an adjustment. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Maggie Moo. What are you doing out here? Custard's still over there. Custard, all right. Okay. Hi, Brooke. I know you're right at the door. You've been waiting for me. I heard you meowing. Yes, we all heard you meowing. I know. Okay, well, you keep telling us about it. Uh-huh. Let's, oops. Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. Trying to fix the camera up so that we can sit down and do this. I hear you. I hear you, kiddo. Well, good morning, though. I know, I gotta get everything in place. Oh my goodness. Don't knock over the camera. Don't do it. I know. I know. Okay. Here's your treats. Got your insulin right here. So, what else is news today, folks? I'm asking you like you might know. I sure don't. I guess that's good. You can't see your food dish, though. There it is. Okay. That'll do. Man, you can't see my head, but that's the least important thing. Nobody tunes in to see that. Everybody tunes in to see the kitties. At least I hope you do. That's what we're all about here. So, what else is news? You guys know that the boys were adopted yesterday. That's Thistle, Moss, and Fern have all gone home into their new home in Massachusetts. And apparently it was great. They got home safe. I know we were all a little concerned about the giant snowstorm yesterday, but they made it home just fine. And they have their own room at the new house so that they can get adjusted to that and have their own safe place. And before they get introduced to the rest of the house and the other cats that live there, don't knock over the phone. Don't do it. Um, Here, let me give you a treat in your food so that you'll start eating it, okay? Let's start that before we do the insulin. Now this one is, she's also polite. She'll ask for it by touching my hand. Do you see that? She reaches out and touches. Touch, touch, touch. Okay. It's cute. I guess a little less polite, actually. It's kind of grabby, isn't it? But it's super adorable. Now this one, oh, this one's going to go in the food just like your foot just did. She's very treat oriented. Like you can get her to do anything if you have some treats for her, which is great. When you're training an animal, that's one of the things that is really helpful to get them well trained. You could train her to do anything just by consistently rewarding her. So anyway, I was talking about Fern, Thistle, and Moss. Now we've already got plenty of pictures of them at their new house on the Discord chat. I don't know if they're going to have a YouTube of their own or an Instagram or a Twitter yet. I don't know. Maybe everybody else knows. But I'll find out. I'll let you guys know. Even if they don't, like I said, there's plenty of photos of them already on our Discord, and it's great to see they're loving their life, and I know that their adopters have already told us that that they were just the best choice ever, and that they're already just they've got a great relationship going on. So I'm really happy about it. Although I do miss them a little bit. It was very much quieter here last night without them around. It was probably quieter for a lot of you guys too that watched the stream, since I left the doors to the main room wide open last night and let Kulat and Pebble do whatever they wanted. And it turns out that what Kulat and Pebble wanted was mostly to just hang out with me in the master bedroom, which was sweet. Now I know that they got up quite a bit and they ran around the house and they did their own thing, and that was fun too. But they decided it was time for sleeping, they both came up, and Kulat likes to sleep down sort of by my ankles, or around there, and it's cute. Pebble, on the other hand, wants to sleep directly in the middle of my pillow, and it doesn't matter if I'm there or not. So if I'm not there, she will take the center spot on the pillow, and then nothing will move her. Like I have to like try to move her off the center so I can put my head on the pillow, and it's very difficult. On the other hand, if I'm already there, laying on the pillow, she's like, "Well, this is my spot," and she just comes up and lays right on my head, and that's where she sleeps, right on my head, like directly on top of my head. Not like some people say, "Oh yeah, the cat slept on my face," and they mean that the cat slept like next to you on the pillow, like right up close. She sleeps actually on my head. She's a tiny kitten, so she can get away with it, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen when she gets big. I hope her adopter is ready for this sort of thing. It's really cute though. She's just super sweet. Um, let's see, what else is news? We got the boys adopted. Kulat and Pebble are going to be here until the end of the month. They're getting picked up on the 31st. Tomorrow, we have a vet appointment for Belle so that we can try to get a confirmation about how far along she is in her pregnancy and how many kittens she has. Uh, that's it. There's no other news. It did snow a ton here, so after I'm done with this close-up, my next project is going to be to go clear the driveway of snow, I think. Oh, that reminds me, some news. We had Brooke out for a little while this morning, and I was kind of worried about her being out at the same time as the kittens, and I still am, because I don't want her to. Pebble is so trusting and just so loving of everybody. Pebble will go right up to any cat and try to be friends instantly. And when she does that to Brooke, Brooke will hiss at her. Now, there's no actual conflict. Pebble respects that. She'll stay a couple feet away, is as close as she'll get. But it's heartbreaking to have Pebble be so trusting and then to have somebody be like, no, stay away from me. So I don't want her to have that experience if we can avoid it. I want to keep that to a minimum. So I'd like to try to keep them apart for that reason. But there was something that surprised me when I let her out with the kittens this morning. That the thing I just described happened with Pebble exactly like that. So that's still a thing. But it turns out it was Kulat that hissed at Brooke. Brooke was going to walk up to Kulat, and Kulat hissed at her, like, no, get away. And then Brooke was respectful of that and went away, which is great. I think Brooke does respect other cat signals when they're strong like that. The trouble is that our faculty doesn't have, they don't give strong signals most of the time, and they just give subtle signals, and then Brooke sort of violates their airspace, and it causes a little bit of conflict, but they're working that out. Anyway, my point was going to be that Kulat was the one that was like, no, you get away from me, and Kulat was that way also when we first introduced her to the boys and when we first introduced her to Pebble. So I think Kulat is one that takes a long time to come around to new cats and new kittens and new experiences, um, which is going to be important for her adopter if they have, well, maybe even if they have like kids and stuff, but definitely if they have a dog or another cat. I think it's going to take Kulat a while to get to be friends with them, whereas I think Pebble is going to be like instant pals with everybody. So I hope if I haven't asked if they have a dog or a cat, but I hope if they do, they're prepared for Kulat to be the one that takes a while. Now, obviously, we all saw, even though Kulat took a little while, she was very hissy at Pebble, and she was very hissy at the boys at first. I mean, like super hissy. But you know, it was just a few weeks where we were bringing them together, and where they just lived together, and where they got to be best friends. And Cool Out would play with the boys every day, and now she probably even misses them a little bit. So it's not, you know, just because that relationship starts that way doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. But it does sometimes take a long time for that adjustment to happen. So anyway, all right, I just talked about a bunch of stuff. That probably all that talk would have made more sense if I had any plan about what I was going to say, but I was just rambling there. So let's move on. Let's get this insulin done, just like we do every day. I know Brooke's already looking forward to it because she knows this means treats. You gotta wait, kiddo. There's an order. There's an order to all this. Get very excited. I think it's going to be trouble for me that DJ named our two most recent mom cats with B names. We've got Brooke and we've got Belle, and I am definitely going to get those wrong more than I did this morning, which is already a lot. Double check that, make sure I got the right dose. Yes, I did. All right. Well, there you have it. Not too tricky at all. Yesterday we had our mailbag, which you know, we usually get those uploaded the following week, but we'll see when it happens. But I was talking about during the mailbag about how we started doing this daily close-up of Brooke and her insulin shot, and I thought it would be funny to try to cut all those together into one long video of just, you know, us doing this over and over, which we might do eventually, you know, after she's been here for a while. But I should remind everybody we need an adopter for her. You know, we can't keep her here indefinitely. Although I think we are willing to keep her here as long as it takes to find the right person for her. And on that point, first off, you can apply to adopt her on our website, which is kitten.academy. And there's a place to apply right there on the website. It's very easy to do. We will adopt her anywhere in the continental United States, but you do have to come pick her up in person. And we've had a lot of generous offers from the people that are our supporters or just our viewers that are just wonderful, wonderful people. And I just want to tell you, first off, she's already got a huge endowment pile of stuff that has been sent for her that is in the basement, including stuff like gift certificates and food bowls, and then all the toys in the world and all the treats in the universe. She's got a stocking full of treats with her name on it right behind the camera. I'll show it to you when we get up. So just tons of stuff that is going to go with her. But we've also had generous people that have offered to help pay for her medication and other stuff, you know, expenses. So I don't like to put a lot of emphasis on that, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell, you know, I have to say this to a lot of people that volunteer to. A lot of times we get people that are like, oh, you know, I want to see this kitten get adopted. Can I pay their adoption fee for whoever adopts them? People that will say, you know, can we pay the adoption fee for that cat, even though we're not the one that's going to adopt it? We want to make sure that whoever adopts them, that we've paid their fees. I think that is the sweetest thing to offer, but we always have to tell people no. And the reason that we do that is that the adoption fee is such a small part of the overall expense of owning a cat. You know, if you have a cat, you've got to have its food and its litter, and you've got to take it to the vet on a regular basis, and you never know what else is going to crop up. Compared to all that, the adoption fee is not much, and I'm always worried that if there were somebody for whom the adoption fee was really the deciding factor, in whether or not they could adopt that cat, it seems like that would probably not be the best fit for getting that cat adopted. So we usually try to discourage that. I know that that's rare, that a lot of places would encourage that. That they even have a lot of shelters do a thing called clear the shelters where they'll have like free adoptions for a day or something. And I've got mixed feelings about it. You know, it's probably better for a cat to have a home than not. But Brooke has a home right now until she can find an adopter. She's just going to live with us until she finds the right adopter. It's different maybe if they're in a shelter. But uh, you know, I'm not going to condemn the practice as a whole. I'll just say that it makes me very uncomfortable. So which is not in any way to impugn the people that make those offers. You're wonderful, generous spirits, and there's just you are the best people to offer that. Um, just not something that I'm comfortable doing, you know. And I hope I've explained why sufficiently. All right, this stream's going to go on forever. I want you guys to see Cool Out and Pebble, so let's keep moving on here. Hang on, let's switch this camera around. There's Brooke's stocking. We haven't opened it because it's all treats, and she's still working through her bag of treats. But this is going to be great for whoever adopts her to have a nice stock of that. So, okay, look, we've been 20 minutes, but I still want you guys to see Cool Out and Pebble. So let's go out and do that. And Brooke, you got to stay in right now. Sorry, kiddo. We're going to have to wrap this up though. So I got to tell you right now, if you want to keep watching Cool Out and Pebble. Oh, I left her insulin in there? That's fine. I'll come back and put it away. If you want to keep watching Cool Out and Pebble, you're probably going to have to do most of that on the regular Kitten Academy live stream and not on this particular close-up. So when we're done here in just a minute, search for the regular, not the regular, the words aren't in it, but just search for the Kitten Academy live stream here on YouTube, and you will be able to keep watching these kittens and everybody else that we just saw. And I'm just going to open these doors wide up today. Hi, this is Pebble. She took her collar off, and she probably doesn't need to have it back on now that we don't have to try to tell her apart from Moss on those cameras. Yes, Pebble, the head sleeper. And this is her sister, Kulat. And they get along great, even though at first Kulat just wanted to hiss at her and hit her. So there you have it. Still got that syringe in my hand now. It's got a cap on it, so you don't have to worry about anybody getting poked. But anyway. All right, let's open these doors up, and we're just going to run it like that. I think most, if not all of the day, we'll put them up in here when we want to let Brooke out or something. But until then, we're just going to let them go. They can run around, do what they want. We moved the regular Kitten Academy camera into the corner so that I can easily turn it without getting up to either point into the room or into the living room. So we can do all that. Hi, Smokey. I know people like to see you. All right, we got to wrap this up, though. I wanted to keep these things to 20 minutes and gone way over schedule here, so here we go. Here's our Logan bunny, little Logan loaf. Hi. Yes, you've got a lot to say, don't you? That was Pebble that made that little meow just now. Logan likes to clean the kittens. He's a kitten cleaner. I guess he's not going to do it right now, but normally he likes to lick them, make sure that they're all tidy. There's all of our snow from yesterday. That's what I got to take care of next. And oh, hi, Kulat's come up behind me. She's so comfy with her sister now. I love that change, that turnaround. I mean, if you guys probably saw, I think we did some of their first introductions on close-ups like this, so you know what I'm talking about with Kulat being so sort of angry and the same way that she is towards Brooke right now. So she takes her time about coming around to new friends, but she does eventually if you keep at it. All right, everybody. Well, again, thank you all so much for tuning into this close-up stream. If you want to keep watching Smokey and the kittens and everybody else, tune into the Kitten Academy live stream. Thanks for listening to me ramble, or if you turn the sound off so you can just watch cats and not listen to me, That's cool too. I fully endorse that plan. That's what I would do if I were going to watch this stream. Just how I am, I guess. So no offense taken. Thanks to all the chatters for chatting. I'm sorry it's hard for me to follow, so I don't always see everything that you guys say, but I try to read some of it and respond when I can. And thanks for bearing with me when I try to talk about stuff with no plan whatsoever. I hope you guys take everything I say with a just a little bit of generosity. That way, if I say something that is wrong or that I didn't mean exactly that way, I hope you guys give me the benefit of the doubt. And hey, that's it. Logan, say goodbye to everybody. Okay, goodbye, everybody. You said it, Pebble.